I've been talking to several shop owners and digging deep into well-known forums to bring you the most reliable, real-world info on the most common issues with the Renault Kangoo from 2008 to 2020. So, if you're thinking of buying one or already own one, this could save you quite a few headaches. One of the most common issues involves the sliding rear door, which often starts having trouble closing properly or gets stuck easily. This happens mostly in the work or cargo versions, where heavy daily use wears down the guide system. On the French forum Planète Renault, one user said, "The side door won't close unless you slam it hard, and sometimes it stays half open even though it looks closed." Technicians and mechanics agree that the lower rail and rollers tend to wear out, especially if not properly maintained. Renault released a technical bulletin to improve the roller system in certain models, but many users still end up needing to replace parts. The most effective solution is to replace the rollers, or the entire guide, and lubricate the mechanism at least once a month if the van is used in demanding conditions. Another frequent issue involves the injection system, especially in diesel models. Many drivers report sudden power loss, trouble starting when cold, and intermittent check engine lights. A user on the Kangoo Owners Club UK forum wrote, "It runs fine for a while, then suddenly loses power like it's choking. The shop told me it might be an injector or the pressure sensor." A mechanic at an official Renault shop explained that the Delphi injectors used in certain years are prone to clogging from diesel particles or premature wear, causing fuel mixture errors. Renault doesn't always recognize this as a general defect, but there have been cases where injectors were replaced under warranty. If you're not covered, the solution is to clean the entire system or replace the damaged injector. If you live in an area with lower quality diesel, using fuel additives can help prevent this. Another common problem is premature wear of the suspension bushings, which leads to annoying noises when going over bumps or turning. On Reddit, one user said, "At 60,000 kilometers, it already made noise up front. Took it to the shop and it was the front suspension bushings. They told me it's typical for the Kangoo." Many mechanics agree that although the Kangoo's suspension is tough for commercial use, the rubber bushings don't hold up well if you regularly drive on rough roads or carry heavy loads. Renault strengthened the suspension in newer models, but in older ones, it's still an issue. The best recommendation is to use higher quality aftermarket bushings and have the front end checked every 40,000 kilometers if the vehicle is used for heavy-duty work. You also have to consider electrical problems, which range from lights turning off by themselves to dashboard or power window issues. Several users on forums like Copilot Search mention that the Kangoo's electrical connections can fail due to moisture or wear. One owner wrote, "It rained hard one night, and the next day the dashboard was acting weird. They told me the comfort module had gotten wet." In some models, the area below the windshield doesn't drain well, allowing water to reach the electronic module. There's no official recall for this, but Renault has advised checking and sealing the fuse box in some countries. The fix involves inspecting the electrical system, drying out the connections, and replacing the module if it's damaged. Some shops even recommend adding a plastic cover to prevent future leaks. And finally, one of the biggest headaches for many owners is the transmission, especially the manual gearbox, which can become difficult to shift from second to third or make metallic noises when changing gears. On the Spanish Renault Kangoo Club forum, a user wrote, "At 90,000 kilometers, second gear started sticking. I thought it was the clutch, but it turned out to be internal gearbox wear." A specialized mechanic explained that in some models, the gearbox synchronizers are prone to wear, and the oil recommended by Renault isn't always ideal for high temperatures. In some cases, switching to a better viscosity oil and adjusting the selector cables can improve shifting. But if there's already internal wear, the best solution is to repair or fully replace the gearbox if the cost is manageable. Renault improved the transmission in newer models, and this issue has been significantly reduced.